The HF38B is an easy-to-operate, far-field broadband RF meter designed to measure radio frequency and microwave radiation from 700 MHz to 2.7 GHz and up to 3.3 GHz with increased tolerance. The values displayed are the sum of all the sources within the frequency range of the meter. This frequency range covers the radiation emitted by most cordless phones, DECT phones, cell phones, baby monitors, Bluetooth devices, Wi-Fi, smart meters, and cell phone towers, and more. The meter displays the RF power density measurement in microwatts per square meter or milliwatts per square meter in its highest range. Included in the box is the meter with a 9-volt battery installed, the operating manual, a log periodic directional antenna with enhanced frequency response, warranty, and certificate of factory calibration. The HF38B offers excellent sensitivity down to 0.01 microwatts per square meter and up to 19,999 microwatts per square meter or 19.99 milliwatts per square meter in 3 ranges. Note that this meter is 10 times more sensitive than the HF35C. It has the ability to measure in 3 modes: RMS, a time average signal value, the peak value, and peak hold that shows the highest output of the signal over time. The meter's adjustable audio tone replicates the signal patterns and intensity of measured RF emissions, which aids in source identification and direction. Also included is an auto power off function after 40 minutes to conserve battery life. To attach the antenna, insert it into the slots on the top of the meter as shown, feed the antenna cable underneath the meter, and connect it to the antenna socket. The connection should be snug, but be careful not to over-tighten. Always use the peak or peak hold signal measurement mode when comparing your results to building biology guidelines. This switch is on the left side of the meter as shown. To begin measuring, set the signal switch to peak mode and set the signal range to 19.99 microwatts per square meter and power the unit on. Slowly scan an area and follow the direction of the highest field strength. Adjust the volume level of the sound as needed. If the display is showing only a 1 at any point, then switch the range to 199.9 microwatts per square meter and continue scanning. If the display is again showing only a 1 at any point, then switch the range to 19.99 milliwatts per square meter and continue scanning. If you need to measure higher power density levels, this meter can measure up to 1,999 milliwatts per square meter or 1.999 watts per square meter with the addition of the available DG20 attenuator. To connect the DG20 attenuator, disconnect the antenna, then attach the attenuator to the meter, and finally, connect the antenna to the attenuator as shown. With the attenuator attached, the readings on the meter are to be multiplied by 100. For example, if the meter is showing 15.35 measuring on the 19.99 milliwatt scale, the actual value with the DG20 attached would be 1,535 milliwatts per square meter or 1.535 million microwatts per square meter. Note that the HF38B has a directional antenna. It measures in the direction that you are aiming. If you could see its detection pattern, it would look like this. After locating the source and direction of concern, rotate the meter 90 degrees and back, and slowly move it around the area for at least 15 seconds to find the highest reading possible. Use the peak hold mode to show only the highest peak levels. This is useful for measuring intermittent sources of radiation like the signals emitted from a smart meter. The peak hold mode allows you to look elsewhere for a second without missing the highest level that it recorded. Note that after displaying this highest measure value, the meter reading will slowly decrease until a higher peak is measured. If you need to clear this peak held value, simply switch the mode back to peak once again. The best way to determine the highest reading for building biology guidelines is by using the peak hold mode with a figure 8 motion as shown. This technique is to be done in all directions, checking periodically for the highest reading. Once you have determined this highest reading, compare it to the latest building biology guidelines. Currently, SBM 2008 is the most recent building biology standard. A reasonable goal after mitigation would be to have levels reduced to the slight concern level in microwatts per square meter, as shown. For more detailed information about the HF38B and examples of common sound sources of microwave radiation, please visit the Safe Living Technologies website at slt.co.